What is up, gamers? Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, I am going to bring you a Mechabellum game here, a long-form video here, where I'm going to go in depth and into every detail and every decision that I make during the game. So it's going to be a long one, but hopefully this will help out a lot of you, give you some insight into my decision making, why I play the way I play, or the moves and plans and strategies that I do. I also want to give you a quick update here. If you've been around for the previous last few months and whatnot, you'll know that I was mainly making content just for this game called Battle Aces, which has been canceled now. So I am making the transition and change to Mechabellum, which I found recently, a few months ago or whatnot. So I'm still relatively new to Mechabellum, but I'm very much enjoying it. I feel like I'm learning the game pretty quickly and starting to get a lot better at it. But I'm still more like an intermediate player right now for Mechabellum. Yeah, so I'm going to make the transition to Mechabellum now. Obviously, I can't really make content for Battle Aces anymore. So I got to move on to something new and different, but definitely very much enjoying Mechabellum here. So real quick, before I get into the video, if you enjoy this, if you could please like and subscribe to the channel, I'd very much appreciate it. And also, if you could leave a comment down below, that would help out a lot. And anyways, let's dive into it now. So I want to make a long form video here, and maybe I'll post it tomorrow or something, I'm not sure. And basically, I just want to go over all the details here. So, give you my thoughts. So, my favorite specialist is the Farseer specialist, but I'm normally going to be looking at the starting units. And so, here I go for the Sabertooth and Arclay. Really like this starting unit combo. And I'll normally play this aggressively. You can play it defensively or standard. In between your towers or something, but I typically prefer to play it more aggressive, and so we'll see what we go with here. Our opponent is going Stormcaller, Hound, and he's a cost control specialist. So the Stormcallers are very good early game, so I already know that it's going to be very difficult for me to win this. He's got a good matchup against me. It's going to be difficult to win this round. Stormcallers are just really good against these slower, more tanky units, like the Saber and the Arclay here. They're just a bit too slow. And so I think I pick up the Crawler here. And I think my opponent just goes for another Stormcaller, I think. Yeah. And another Fane, where he picks up the Fane here. Oh, he's taking it back. And so I'm planning on setting up pretty aggressively here. I think that's the only way to play against the Stormcallers. I don't like playing back and defensive against Stormcallers because they'll just get too many shots off on you and do too much damage. And even with the missile interceptor on the Saber, I still struggle against the Stormcaller. So my idea here is to get a lot of spacing between my units, space them out pretty wide so that the missiles from the Stormcallers don't all hit the hit one big area and destroy all my units at once. If I'm putting them too close together, he'll get a lot of good hits off with the Stormcaller. So that's why I'm splitting them up quite a bit there. And so you can just see me trying to make micro adjustments there to the positioning, trying to get it exactly the way I want it. My opponent is going to go for the 3 Stormcallers. He's got 3 Hounds and 1 Fane. Very interesting strategy. I feel like I've been seeing a lot more people double down on another like 200 cost unit, or just kind of like skip chaff on the first round. I'm not sure why, but it seems like it kind of works on the first round. So he positions everything pretty far back here. You'll see as we go that there's only so much I can do up against these Stormcallers. They just have too much power and everything. You're just launching too many missiles. Just can't handle that many. So we do a good job getting to the tower right away. And we do a good amount of damage. I think this is about as good as I can hope for at this point. Take down the tower, take down a bunch of his chaff and his hounds there. And the only thing left are a couple of the Stormcallers here. My units are just too slow to get onto the Stormcallers here and take them out. So that's the stroll. That's okay though. Should have paused it. Here we can pause it. There we go. Okay, so here's our first option of cards. A lot of good options here. I don't like the extended range on the Sabertooth. It's not bad, but I don't play with range on my Sabertooth. I literally only use them to do the secondary armament, which I really like. I think that's pretty good tech choice for them. But the secondary armament only has a range of 95, and so if you get the extra range, then your secondary armament is kind of useless. So that's why I typically don't play with the range on the Sabertooth, because I really like the secondary armament. So hopefully that makes sense. Might not be the best way to play the Sabertooth, but that's what I like for now, at least. Anyways, we also got the improved firepower. That's always good, but I don't have a ton of good units to pair up with that, so I don't think I pick that up here. I think I go for the Rhino Assault here. Rhino Assault and Underground Threat are both pretty good. I know I can't deal with that on my opponent's board, and I was actually expecting him to go for the improved firepower. So I kind of misread that, and I think he goes with the Underground Threat, and then I go with the Rhino. I usually prefer the Rhino, but the Underground Threat's actually pretty good too, just because you could use it late game as just extra chaff, which is nice. So that might be the better option, and see how the rest of this plays out. But basically, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, so I pick up the Rhino Assault. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to deal with these Stormcallers. And basically, I got two options that I'm thinking about here. Either I'm going to commit to more Sabertooths and get Missile Interceptor on it, or I'm going to go for Mustangs with Missile Interceptor. I could try to go all out speed and aggression without the Missile Interceptor and see if I can just take those out faster than he can take me out. But I feel like that's just too risky for me. So I think I just prefer going for Missile Interceptor on either the Sabres or the Mustangs. And usually I do prefer the Mustangs, actually. But I figured I would give this a shot just going for the Sabres. Because I wasn't really too afraid of anything else that he had on the board. The only thing I was really afraid of at this point was the Stormcaller. So I figured if I could get enough Sabres out with the Missile Interceptor, then I would be able to deal with the Stormcallers just fine. And then hopefully counter anything else he might throw at me. Yo, AL, what's up, dude? Welcome back, man. I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself? I am in the middle of making a YouTube video here, so welcome to the YouTube video. Feel free to chat it up as much as you want. I'm more than happy to interact with you, talk with you. So right now, just going over this win that I had and wanted to just talk over all of my choices here in depth, do an in-depth review of my game here. So this might take a while, but I'm going to go through every little detail I can think of here and turn it into a YouTube video. So maybe I'll post that tomorrow or the next couple days, maybe. Look, I am in a video. I'm famous. That's right, man. All right, so anyways, let's get back to it. This is round 2, and so I'm going to commit to the Sabres here and get some more crawlers out as well to hopefully distract these Stormcallers long enough for my Saber to get in there. My opponent is doubling down on the Stormcallers, picking up the high explosive, and that's overall good for me, because once I get into my Sabres Missile Interceptor, it's really going to kind of just end up being a waste of money for him, as you'll see here, because the Stormcallers are going to do very well this round because I don't have the Missile Interceptor yet. But once I get that up and running, then his Stormcallers aren't going to do as much. And so you can see here, I forgot my opponent might go for either the Rhino or the Underground. He goes for the Underground threat here. And really, it's not that big a deal this early on, round 2. So I'm going to lose because of that. But I think I lose this round either way, really. I think no matter what, I lose this round. So I don't think it would be worth it, really, for me to try to put some missiles down or something to deal with the crawler. So I think this is fine. We take the loss here, but we're setting up for the long game here. And my opponent is kind of going pretty hard all in with these Stormcallers, which I don't think is the best choice right now for him, but pays off for this round at least. All right, then round 3 here. Take a quick look at these here. Really love storms? Yeah, absolutely. Seems like it. Can a Rhino summon beat a Crawler summon? Now, unfortunately, the Rhino could not beat him, but that's okay. I didn't expect it to, and it was more so to just do some damage to save me a little bit of HP, hopefully. And so I think we did a decent job there. So here we got a lot of good options here. Well, not a lot. So the Extended Marksman is probably better for him because he's playing more defensive. I think that's what he ends up picking up too. So yeah, I think the Extended Marksman is probably better for him as he's playing more defensive, but I could make it work as well. I have a Marksman already. So I could make it work. It's not a bad option. Extended Range Phantom Ray, I'm not a big fan of that one actually. So I probably wouldn't bother going for that, especially here. And then the Photon Coating can be pretty good. I don't pick it up very often, but it can be pretty good. Especially if you're planning on using some more tanky units. It would be pretty good on the Sabers. It would be good on Rhinos and things of that nature as well. But I also really like the haste module. So I think I pick up the haste module here. It gives one of your units more speed and damage. And I think that's just overall pretty good, especially when you're going aggressive like this. You can throw it on one of your main units that you need to get in there, like the Sabertooth here. I think I throw it on. And he can get in there and do some more damage pretty quick then. So here I pick up another Saber, get the Missile Interceptor, and pick up another Crawler. And so, again, I'm sticking to my game plan here. I see he's investing heavily into the Stormcallers. So I get my Sabers spread out, but kind of right in front of the Stormcallers so that they will intercept the missiles pretty effectively here. And then hopefully they'll be able to get in time to take out the Stormcallers quick enough. Then here you can also see I decide to put a Crawler on the side here to distract these Stormcallers even more. So now these Stormcallers are going to be attacking the Crawler here. Meanwhile, my army is going to just move in and obliterate his Stormcallers basically. So see how the rest of this plays out here. I get a mass recruitment because I have a little extra cash here. So I get another Crawler on the left side. Same thing here to distract the Stormcaller here. Okay. All right, so here we go. Battle's about to start. I got my, I moved them back just a little bit more too. Hopefully that'll distract even more of his units there. So you can see immediately he's got all these units turning to go after my Crawlers. And that's a lot of DPS that I'm pulling away from the front line here. So I think this ends up being a pretty big round for me here. You see the Sabers do a pretty good job of taking most of the missiles out. This guy is getting instantly locked on by one of his marksmen in the back there, so that is going down pretty quick. Not the best situation for me, but it's okay. Get his tower pretty quick here. Our army is just advancing way too quickly. He's got too many units in the back here, getting distracted by my Crawlers. And overall, just a really good round for me. So round 3, and I'm already turning this around here, so it's pretty good. Let's see here. Some interesting options here. So if I just look at my board right now, my left side is feeling pretty strong. Right side feels a little bit weaker, and I think I'm mainly just missing the chaff clear, the AoE splash damage. So that's typically what I'm doing when I'm looking at unit drops. I'm trying to fill a void of what I have. If I'm missing something, I want to fill that in. But if there's something in particular that might be really strong against something my opponent has, or something that he could potentially have, I might look at something like that too. So right now I'm thinking, some more AoE splash damage on my right side would be pretty good. So something like the Fire Badger, I think, would be a pretty good pickup for me. But Wasp also wouldn't be too bad right now. Wasp, he doesn't have any Mustangs yet or anything like that to deal with the Wasp. So Wasp would be pretty good. Steel Ball could potentially be good. Doesn't have really anything to deal with the Steel Ball either. And they are fast, so they could get in there and do some damage. And same with the Phoenix. Honestly, all these are pretty good for me right now. Phoenix is fast, has a lot of good single target DPS, but I think at this point, I won that previous round so hard. My opponent's gonna have to do something crazy to try to come back. And so I think if I kind of just stick to my plan here, stick to my formation and just kind of beef it up the most standard way I can, then I think I'll be good to go. And then I'll just try to deal with whatever else he throws at me next. And so I think I go for the Fire Badger here. He goes for the Wasp here. And so I wasn't sure what he would go. I honestly had no idea really. But again, I think the Fire Badger is just a good plan for me here. It secures this right side for me. If I don't get Fire Badger, I'm just going to struggle way too much on the right side here. I could pick up some Arc Lights, I guess, but Fire Badgers can be very strong here. And then I don't have to use deployments on Arc Lights. I can use deployments on more crawlers or anything else I might want to get. So I pick up some Mustangs preemptively here, thinking, maybe he goes for Wasp or maybe he goes for Phoenix. And Mustang is just always good. Even if they don't get those, having two Mustangs in the back to cover the flanks is just always good for me. It always seems to work pretty well for me. So I really enjoy that. I don't know if that's the best play, but I feel like it just covers so many bases that it's very good to have. And so I go with the Mustangs in the back there. And I get another Master Recruit maybe? Yeah. So I pick up another Crawler. And I remembered seeing this Sabertooth get locked onto pretty quickly. So I figure I put Crawler up front here, and that'll take the early shots there. Now it looks like my opponent is selling out of the Stormcallers and going into Steel Balls instead. Very interesting option. Steel Balls aren't bad here by any means. Wasp isn't bad here either, but I don't feel like either of these options are really going to turn the tide for him. So I think I deal with these just fine to some degree. All right, let's see how this round plays out here. So now you can see the Marksman locks onto these Crawlers right away. And these Crawlers go straight for these Steel Balls and take those out pretty quick. So we deal with that threat. Now we got the Mustangs coming in. And the Mustangs should deal with the Wasp pretty well. They get a little distracted here. Don't quite go for the Wasp the way I'd like them to do, but it's all right. You can still clean it up and do a lot of damage here. So this game is looking pretty good now, pretty well under control. I just got to be careful of any more shenanigans my opponent might throw at me. It seems like I keep running into a lot of very crafty opponents who have all sorts of shenanigans that they throw at me that I would never expect. And so it is hard to anticipate sometimes what your opponent's going to do. But we got some more interesting cards here. Again, extended range Phantom Ray. Don't think, I'm surprised this is showing up again, but I don't think I really need it. Not really worried about my opponent doing that either, but I guess it's something to look out for possibly. I have seen Phantom Rays used very well and effectively, so. Orbital Bombardment is always very good. One of the better spells in the game. There's a lot of good spells in the game. I think Orbital Bombardment's one of the best though. It covers such a massive radius and does a ton of damage. And it's very cheap too, only 100, so it's so good. Steel Ball production line is pretty good, but I don't have any giants, and I'm not really thinking about getting any giants right now. So I don't think that one's really worth it. Lightning Storm is also very powerful. but it is a lot more expensive than the orbital bombardment. So I think in general the lightning storm is stronger, but it is a lot more money too. So I think here I pick up the orbital bombardment. It's just too good to not go for a spell at this point, and it's just so cheap too. So I think my opponent also picks up the orbital bombardment, and now I'm just going to pick up some more Mustangs. Now, I could also try to throw down some shields across the battlefield, throw some shields here and here, but I kind of figure it's probably not worth it because my opponent, if he goes orbital bombardment or something else, he's probably just going to throw it somewhere like here or here, and more than half of it's probably going to be on his side of the field. And so if he does that, I can't bubble that. So basically, I'm just hoping for the best. I'm just going to throw my orbital bombardment down here and hope I can do enough damage to him to clean everything up by the time his orbital bombardment's done, and just hope I can dodge some of the shots. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. It does go for an abyss here, which I totally did not expect. I get range on my Mustangs to deal with the wasp. It does end up hitting me with that orbital bombardment. And so I would even say for him, he could have even played it even safer with the orbital bombardment and put it more like that. And so I guess shield right here would have actually helped me quite a bit, and here too maybe. But I expected him to put it more on his side even, so I didn't think shield would help me too much, but I guess in this case it might have. But you can see how quickly my units get past this side of the map here. And so the shield would really only help me out for these first couple of shots. Then it wouldn't help me too much beyond that. And up against Abyss, when I wasn't expecting it at all, it's going to be pretty tough to take down an Abyss. So, but already I know my advantage is pretty big right now. So he's got to pull something like this out of his bag of tricks. And not that this is really like some kind of trick or whatnot, but he's got to pull off a big play here in order to turn this game around. So I think Abyss is a pretty good choice for him. But I think my army was just snowballing a bit too much for him at this point. So we're able to kind of clean everything up. And he's still selling out of the Stormcallers as well. I don't remember if I actually take this thing down. It's pretty close. But he's selling out of the Stormcallers now. He committed to those too hard and got shut down by my sabers. Ooh, we actually do take it out. Wow, that's crazy. Very cool. Okay. So yeah, you can see he's down to 2 now. So he's making some money back, but he did spend a bit of money on the high explosive. So and they're also a waste of deployment as well. So it's hard to, when you sell, you get the full money back, but you're still kind of missing out on that deployment. So you're kind of wasting that deployment. So you got to be very careful what you're selling, because they still might be able to provide some value, and if nothing else, be just a unit to take some damage, I guess. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so let's see what we got here for options. So I'm going to pick up the portable shield, looks like. We also got the quick teleport, wasp, swarm, and extended range stormcaller. So obviously neither of us really need that anymore. He could have potentially went for that, but it's too late for that now. Not that it would really help him anyways, but wasp, swarm is not too bad, but for him it doesn't make sense because I'm already going into Mustangs. For me, it could distract some of his army in the back. Wouldn't be terrible, but he does have the wasp as well, so I don't think it's really worth it. Quick teleport, also not too bad. You can get your units to spawn in quicker on the flanks, so that could be pretty good for some shenanigans and whatnot. But portable shield is just such a good item. It's hard to pass that up, so I just go portable shield. I think my opponent does too. We also have the field recovery, or he's got field recovery and underground threat. And I got Rhino Assault. I was also already thinking I would go into the melting point here, since he's going into Abyss. There's a lot of options that I could go for. Phoenix, would be pretty good. Maybe the marksman as well, but I feel like melting point is the best bet. This just has so much HP that it would take a while for Phoenix or marksman to get through all that HP. And so yeah, so I decided to go for the melting point. I know I can throw the portable shield on it as well, which will be pretty strong, I think. That'll double its HP, making it pretty tanky. And then it, of course, is going to do a ton of damage if it is able to lock onto the Abyss. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how do I want to position this so that he goes straight for the Abyss, hopefully. And I guess I should have played it a little bit more to the right even, because I think he ends up going off to the left for some reason. But if I put him over on the very far right here, maybe that works. I'm not sure. And so at this point, I should also be thinking about the underground threat, but I should be okay with just these Mustangs in the back here. This is why I like having the Mustangs in the back. They'll deal just fine with underground threat. So I don't know. I can't remember if my opponent uses the underground threat here. At this point for him, it's probably better to just use his underground threat in his own backline to act as more chaff for himself. Can't remember what he does here though. But I'm upgrading my Mustangs. I know I'm going to need those for the Wasp, and potentially to help out a little bit with the Abyss as well. My opponent's going for the Vulcan, which I wasn't quite ready for. But you got to figure your opponent's probably going to go for something like Vulcan if he sees you going for Mustangs. So that's why having the range on the Mustang is so good. That'll kind of help them survive a little bit longer against the Vulcan. And so I wasn't quite ready for the Vulcan here, but we do have our melting point online here, and I'm hoping he'll get a quick lock onto the Abyss, and hopefully that'll be enough. And again, I'm not too worried or concerned about anything else really that my opponent has. I'm just focused on the Vulcan and the Abyss here. So we do get a pretty quick early lock onto the Abyss. So that's good. But this Vulcan is pretty tanky. He actually put the portable shield on it as well. So he ends up cleaning up all my Mustangs there. You take out this Vulcan over on this side. My melter is pretty tanky as well. I should have gone for... My opponent was rapid resupplying and elite recruiting, which is kind of crazy, but kind of needed it too. But I should have gone for the high mobility and probably the range here. That's kind of something I forgot to do. Once you get to like round 5 or 6, that's probably when you want to start going into the enhanced range and high mobility every round, or most rounds, as they can be really good. You don't always need the high mobility, but if you're playing more aggressive like I am here, high mobility can be very good. But enhanced range is almost always good. So I think if I got the mobility though, and the range, I think I win this round pretty effectively. So kind of messed up there, but it's not too bad. Get a tower, take care of those marksmen as well. And as you can see, we're just too slow and don't quite have enough range. We just walk right past the Vulcan here. Oh, I couldn't believe it. We're just barely out of range there. Otherwise, we win this, but we ran out of time. And it's kind of a draw. That's all right. All right, so let's see what we got here. So I haven't really hard committed to anything yet. You know, I'm just building units to counter his units for the most part and trying to play them aggressively to a certain extent. The only defense I really have is these Mustangs in the back, which are doing a good job. And so with the melting point, I'm thinking, you know, I probably get another melting point here to deal with the Vulcan on the left side here. That's a lot of HP on his Vulcan with the portable shield, so not sure how else to deal with that. But it's good because I still have a lot of options that I could go for because I haven't committed too much to any one unit yet. So I still have a lot of options, but I think my best option is going to be the melting point. So so we get a unit drop here. So let's see what options we have. Ride-in Fortress, Farseer, Rhino. All pretty good options. I Again, I'm probably planning on going into the another melter, so it's hard to go wrong with the Farseer. Farseer, I feel, is almost always good, almost always a good option. So I do like the Farseer. It's just an all-around very good support type unit and can do a lot of different things for you. It's not really a carry unit, but it can offer some really good support. Fortress is not too bad an option either. Can be a tanky unit and deals some good damage. And then it also has the option to go anti-air with the rocket barrage. That can do pretty well against the Abyss, but I would probably need more than just one Fortress. So it's not a great option, but it's pretty good. Raiden can also be a pretty good option. It can actually be really good at taking down tanky units. So I could pick up the Raiden with range and ionization. That would hit the Abyss pretty hard. But again, I already have the melting point, and I'll probably just go into more melting points, so I don't really need the Raiden either. And Rhino, I don't think I really need it. It'd be another tanky unit to throw up front. I could throw it on the back flanks here to distract a little bit longer. So not terrible. But I think I just go for the Farseer, thinking it's just a good all-around support unit. And that's all I need right now, I think. So my plan, I think, is to just go more melters and let the Farseer kind of just help out a little bit where I need a little bit of help. As long as I'm able to get my melters to connect with the Abyss as soon as possible, then that should be game over, pretty much. So I also get the range and EMP on the Farseer. Thinking, maybe he'll throw some more abilities, more tech on the Abyss, like the swarm missiles maybe or something. Even though I have missile interceptor already, but maybe he goes for the disintegration there, or maybe he just buffs up his Vulcans more with some more tech, like the scorching or ignite or something on him. So I'm thinking range and the EMP will be pretty good on the Farseer. So I like that as a choice. And then we get range, of course, on the melting point. Get another melter, and I sell off the Saber over here because I don't really need it now. He sold out of most of his Stormcallers. He's got one left, and I figure that way I'll get the haste module onto the melting point, which can be very strong. I would have liked to upgrade this melter, get more HP on it, and some more damage, but mainly just the HP on it would be nice, especially with the portable shield on it too. But I don't think I had enough money for it. Didn't want to invest into that just yet. So probably would have done it the next round. But instead, I think I get another melting point for the middle here. So I'm just going to try to attack my opponents on 3 main points here, middle, left, and right here. And I'm kind of expecting another Abyss to come out somewhere. I'm not sure where he's going to put it. But I'm thinking he's probably going to put it on the left side or something. So, but just to cover all my bases, I put one melter in the middle, one melter on the left here, and hopefully that's enough to cover all my bases. So far, I think it's looking pretty good. I get the high mobility and enhanced range this time, which is good, as well as the rapid resupply. And I'm thinking if I can do one good round here, I can probably just end the game here. He's getting low on HP, so just hoping to have one good round here to end it. And I think the enhanced range and high mobility just helped me out a ton here. And I think I just throw in one last missile since I have a little bit of cash left and take out these Fanes pretty quick here. That helps a bit there. And you can see with the range and mobility on my units, they're just pushing up and into his army, I think way quicker than he kind of expected or realized. So we just get up there right away, get an insta-lock almost on the Abyss here. And then this Farseer gets an insta-lock onto his Abyss, which the EMP doesn't do too much since he doesn't have too many techs. But it does just slow down a little bit, I think. So not bad. But we take that Abyss out pretty quick. We get another pretty quick lock with the Melter over here. Take that down, and we get the tower too. We're just pushing in way too fast for him now that we have the temporary movement speed. And from here, yeah, we just pretty much demolish him. There we go. GG. Well played to my opponent. He had a very strong opener, but I think he just committed a bit too hard to the Stormcallers. And if he doesn't tech them, you know, then maybe he could sell them off later on. But yeah, I mean, if I already have Sabers as a starting unit, and you got the Stormcallers, they'll do fine the first couple of rounds, but it's probably not worth investing into them because I already have the Sabers, right? So all I got to do is hit the missile intercept when I have enough cash, and that'll counter them. So probably not worth it when you see that. But other than that, pretty well played, I think, from my opponent. Going into Vulcan was a great choice. I guess I'm not too sure about the steel balls. It's not terrible by any means, but I don't think it's really that necessary. Wasp isn't bad because, you know, if nothing else, it's just chaff at least. And then the Abyss, I think, was a pretty good play for him as well. Caught me off guard big time, but yeah, I'm not sure how else he can make the Abyss work there. I think he just needs way more chaff maybe to make the Abyss work, but still a pretty good play, I think. Maybe he could go for mechanical division on the steel balls. He could pick up some more steel balls and see if they're able to get in and do some damage. And then once they die, they just become more chaff for him. Maybe that would work. So yeah, I mean, this game I think was a pretty good game for me in the sense that you know, I kind of just stuck to my game plan of what, you know, I thought this game should play out for me as. And I didn't try getting too fancy or cute with any of my plays or strategies here. I just went for some aggression, simple aggression on the left side, and then saw what my opponent was doing and tried to counter it, basically. And it worked and paid off. And you know, a lot of times I'll try getting cute, and you know, maybe I'll invest into a bunch of rhinos and put rhinos on the flanks or up front, and put a bunch of techs into them, and then my opponent just hard counters them, and I just end up losing that way. And so it's usually better to just keep it simple. Play, you know, what you know is good, what you know will work. And my opponent didn't have too much chaff, actually, now that I think about it or look back at it. So I didn't have to do anything with my splash units, really. You know, I didn't have to get the range on these guys at all. Didn't really have to upgrade them or anything like that. I didn't really realize that in the midst of the game, but you know, they did just fine because he really just didn't have that much chaff. If he just got a bunch more chaff in the back here, that might have posed a bit more of a problem for me, but I'm not sure. And so yeah, I think played that pretty well, anticipating his moves with the Mustangs, and then getting the EMP range on the Farseer. I think here was a pretty good play for me as well. And I think that's about it. So yeah, I know that's a long one, quite the doozy. And you know, I just felt like I would do this because it is difficult for me to go this in depth into my choices and decisions while I'm streaming live. So I really wanted to take the time to do that and share that with you guys because a lot of times, you know, I just can't do that in the middle of a live stream. It's hard to keep up with everything. And the rounds go through so quickly. And so hopefully this helps some of you out there. I know I'm not the best player out there. I'm far from it. You know, I guess I would consider myself an intermediate player at this point. But that's kind of the way I think through most of my games, or try to at least. And it's a bit more hectic sometimes, but this one worked out pretty well for me. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about it or anything. I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, if you could please like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment down below, I'd very much appreciate it and it would help me out a ton. Thank you again so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon in the next one.